Everyone wants the next secret SEO tactic. Programmatic SEO, AI content, Reddit, Parasite, GEO, AEO, whatever other acronym people are using this month on LinkedIn to call SEO. But over the last couple of years at our agency, we've generated millions of dollars in additional organic search revenue for our Shopify brands, and almost none of it came from any of these flashy buzzword-like tactics. Instead, we repeated the same two very boring things month over month, year after year for every single Shopify brand across multiple different categories, across multiple different countries, and across tons of different revenue stages. And these two tactics consistently produced more than a 5x return on their investment. So for every dollar a brand put in, they got $5 back with these exact two tactics. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those two tactics are, some of the revenue numbers that they've actually produced for clients over the years, and why I think that most SEO practitioners massively overcomplicate what actually moves the needle for e-commerce brands, and how I think your SEO strategy should get a lot simpler and make a hell of a lot more money. I'm going to show you 4 examples of brands where we've literally just run this 2-step playbook over and over and over again for 12 months and kind of what the results yielded, all right? So this particular brand, compression sock company, they work with us for just over a year in total. We generated $132,000 for them in organic search revenue, and I want to be clear, this is non-branded revenue that was driven through the product pages and collection pages, so we fully excluded out any revenue that was branded that hit the homepage, okay? So this is like purely net new revenue to them, okay? Based on our fees in the year we worked with them and the revenue generated, this resulted in a 5.5x ROI. The only thing we did for 12 months in a row was create 12 collections or optimize 12 existing collections every single month. So, building out new ones is obviously pretty straightforward. Whatever we figured out which use cases compression socks had that they didn't yet have a collection for. So like compression socks for plantar fasciitis, for example, or compression socks for running, right? Built out those pages, added the copy, added the products, internal links, that kind of good stuff. And then after we updated them, or after we published them, if we had to go update them again, we'd go do that. But basically, literally 12 collections every single month. That's all we did, whether they were new or updates. And then built 7 backlinks a month, a mix of homepage and building backlinks to the internal collection pages that we were trying to rank. That's it. 2 sets of deliverables, 12 months in a row, $132,000 generated for a compression sock company. Same exact playbook here. $242,000 generated, 5.04x ROI for a high-ticket appliance brand. This is specifically a pool heater company. 10 collections a month, 5 backlinks a month, okay? They already had some existing collections. We optimized those. We were able to rank those number 1 for their main keyword pretty much 2 summers in a row, which was awesome. But then we built out some longer tail collections, breaking out the pool heaters by, pool size, pool type, things like that. We were able to rank those number 1, number 2 as well, which is why we were able to generate nearly nearly $250,000 in, again, completely net new organic search revenue. This is not revenue driven through the homepage. Furniture company, $261,000, 5.44x ROI on our fees. 20 collections created and are optimized each month, 12 backlinks a month. Very straightforward playbook. This was a lower ticket product in the furniture space, more like furniture accessory. But again, this is why we hit so many more collections, and again, nearly 5.5x ROI on our services fees. And then this one is a bit of more of an outlier here, but 20 collections are created and are optimized every single month, 10 backlinks a month. That's it. Yielded just about $815,000, which came out to an 11.32 ROI on our fees over the entirety of a 12-month timeline, okay? Now, again, these are 2 tactics. That's it. There was nothing else that was done. So you'll notice the 2. We focused on ranking more collection pages in the top 3 spots on Google for non-branded transactional terms. So these revenue numbers I showed you, we filtered out homepage traffic and revenue, and basically only counted the revenue that we drove that was through product pages and collection pages that were basically created and are optimized by us for these non-branded terms. The only way you can make more money in e-commerce SEO is if you rank more money pages and you rank more of them higher. Okay, so the volume of pages matters, but also how well you rank them also matters, obviously. And then we built more backlinks to basically increase our chances of success, okay? And a lot of all of these are pretty competitive categories. There's no way we could have done this without any backlink building budget. Simply would not have been in the cards, okay? So you build backlinks to give yourself a much better chance of success. So that's what we did. What we didn't do, no Reddit, no programmatic SEO, no AEO, no GEO, none of those other arbitrage tactics that I mentioned at the start of the video. We didn't write any of the blogs for any of these brands, partially because they had such big product categories or product catalogs, that it would not have made any sense for us to start writing blogs before we actually maxed out the number of bottom of funnel keyword opportunities we could have possibly gone through, right? And what I mean by that is like some of these brands, like most of these brands had well over 100 SKUs, okay? So if you think of like all the different product pages plus all the different collections created or that already existed plus the ones we can create, we could make more money for the client by basically exhausting all of the bottom of funnel keywords, like optimizing for them before we try to write any blog content. Now, this is very different from like how a lot of other agencies have operated, where they're like, month 2, month 3, we're going to just update a few pages and then we're going to start just adding net new content. I've actually seen a shocking number of proposals from agencies, even in 2026, where they have said like, we're not going to update any existing content. We're just going to push out net new content. That should be a huge red flag to you as a brand, because if they're not updating existing content, like they are not interested in how much money they make you. They are just interested in giving you a bunch of deliverables and like letting the chips fall where they may, which is going to not be a lot of money for you to get to that ending of that story. If they're just like writing blog content, like you're not going to make any money. Like the Ahrefs graph is going to go up probably, and your search console graph will probably go up, but your bank account will not. Okay, so you need, like, whether you're doing yourself, freelancer, agency, whatever, product pages, collection pages, like that's where the most amount of money can ever be made in SEO. Like 99% of revenue will be driven through those kinds of pages. Blogs will drive very little revenue at all, and they will just make your traffic go up. They will not make your revenue grow up, okay? So we didn't do any of that. We also didn't spend any time, hardly at all, on technical SEO. For all these brands, we spent like less than a week. Audit on day 1, share with the brand on day 2, implement over the next few days, depending on kind of their developer and CRO schedule, just to not step on any toes there, but really get in and get out quickly and then move on to the content and link building stuff, which is actually going to make money. A lot of agencies will spend weeks or months on technical SEO. I know, for example, like this one brand we work with right now, their last 2 agencies each spent 3 months on technical SEO. And the brand, like, to put it bluntly, was like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, this isn't clearly working, and you guys are just working through a checklist. If you've watched my channel before, follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, things like that, you'll know I'm not a big fan of technical SEO. And it's not that I don't think it's important. I just think it's massively overblown for a lot of brands. You can run an Ahrefs crawl, for example, and it'll tell you have 300 errors. More realistically, like, of those 300 errors, there's probably like 10 things that you should actually fix, and the other 200 you could leave to error out, right? Like missing meta description too long, too short, like those are not errors, and they're not going to help you rank any higher. Like that is just a checklist you can work down. Brands paying thousands of dollars to a company to make them money don't give a shit about checklists. They just want to make more money, which is why we use these 2 very repeatable tactics to make more money. We rank more collection pages, and we drive more backlinks at them, and that's how they make more money. So, yes, is it boring? Is it, if you clicked on this video hoping for like some revolutionary tactic to make more money, sorry, this is not the video. This kind of channel is very rarely we talk about any of those arbitrage tactics. If you do the basics very well, consistently over a long enough timeline, I guarantee you are going to make money. In fact, you can make pretty much $5 for every single one you put in if you execute it very, very well.